Alright, so starting this episode off, we definitely need some of that magic gear if we're going to do these specters. Apparently, these specters are a terrible task, is what a lot of people love to say. So, we are going to come over here and pick up some of the gear we need. We need a hat, and then we're going to go farm the rope top, and then we're going to figure out how to get the Zamorak rope bottom. But there's the first piece of gear we have towards our magic setup, our little low level magic setup. Now, we do have a pretty decent magic level. However, we do not have the defense level really to get any of the other gear. Plus, the gear is kind of time consuming. We are on our first level 1 task. There are 65 of them, and apparently they're pretty bad. So we're just trying to get them over with. So we're gonna get some low level gear, and we're gonna grab some runes while we're here. And then once we're done, we are gonna make our way out of there. But yeah, looking pretty sharp with that nice hat. Let's go get the top. Several kills later, and a blue wizard top has been acquired, along with some staves and a very small number of other runes. So finally got that knocked out. Now let's see what it's all about with this Zamorak top. I have no idea where to get that, so we're gonna have to look a little more into that. So apparently there's a small temple where a lot of people will forget all about it. They'll telegraph the wines uh, in order to get a little. There's the 41 we were talking about. Uh, telegraph the wines. I completely forgot about this. They'll use this in World Hop in order to make their money whenever they can. So, and there we go. See, that didn't take long at all. It just took like a couple kills, no big deal. Oh, it's not even targeting us. We could have kept running away. Alright, cool. Well, there we go. Now we've got our whole little magic fit going on. Not entirely sure what 17 attack bonus and 18 defense bonus. So this is supposed to be pretty decent for Spectres. Apparently they're weak against magic. So we'll go give it a try and we'll find out. I'm not too sure. Um, Not entirely too sure. Never delved too much into Slayer, so I hope this goes well. Well, apparently after walking all around more Canifis, trying to find some specters because I know they're or sorry shades because I believe my task is yeah trying to find shades to kill. I knew there were some in Mortania or Mortania. However, apparently you have to start a whole quest, which I forgot about, Nature Spirit, in order just to walk in here. So I've been walking all up and down here in Canifis trying to find some in the Haunted Woods. And I just gotta start this quest so I can go through this gate. So hopefully we can get these shades on the way and just get them out of the way. I know that I do just have a bunch of random food that was just in my bank taking up space. I know it's gonna get tarnished, but we're really just trying to get this out of the way. Everything I read says it's a rather bad task just because the rewards aren't that good. And as far as I know, I think it's going to be like that for the most part of low level Slayer. Um, and I know they're about to rot, just literally a couple of K worth of food, but it's just stuff that's been sitting in my bank. Uh, Something is supposed to count for shades. I'm not really following the quests. I don't know where they are. I just know that they're supposed to be somewhere in the that's the Mortmire Swamp. I mean, I don't know if they're supposed to be here, if they're supposed to be on the other side. I'm just kind of fumbling around until I find some shades. So, Evil Bob, what's up? What do you got for me? Sure. I told myself I would do all random events. Let's do the random event. Let's see what we get. Let's see. Second time Evil Bob. What are we getting? Not sure if it'll be more gems, hopefully. Oh, we got an XP lamp. Nice. Not sure what just damaged me. Was that Evil Bob? Anyway, we'll keep that in the inventory for a minute. Gotta find these shades. Finally, one just appeared out of nowhere. I figured these things would be a lot easier to find, man, but it feels like they are probably just one of the hardest things to find in this area. There's plenty of gas that rot your food, but like, it doesn't seem like there's really many of these shades. Alright guys, so a quick voiceover here. Our audio did cut out and have a bit of a recording issue there on these next couple of clips. Basically, we just sat here after we finally found these shades and just farmed them as much as we could. We do have a tough time without overhead prayer and with the gas spoiling all our food. Plus, I didn't expect them to be so close to our level at 40, but I guess I should have, knowing that we're doing low level Slayer. Anyway, we ended up having to TP out pretty quickly. We only got down from about the 63 mark to the I think 55, and whenever we teleported to Castle Wars, from there we just kind of did a bank overview. We ended up using up the lamp on Herbivore, but we did a bank overview just to see, how we could sustain ourselves at this low level kind of situation with Slayer. And we just ended up realizing that we had a bunch of food from Wintertod, but we weren't able to cook it, so we just decided to go ahead and do some fishing, grab some feathers and some feather packs, so that way we could do some fishing, get a bunch of that low level food in order to up our cooking, and that way we'll have plenty of stuff going through these tasks. I do know we need to get some quests done just so we can have some mobility and some other unlocks, as well as get the prayer up. But for now, we're just going to kind of keep doing the Slayer after we get some of this cooking done. All right, we ended up doing some cooking on that stacks. So whenever we went fishing, we did about 1,500 in feathers. We ended up getting quite a few of our fishing levels up. Our stacks for trout altogether is about 481 cooked, 290 raw, with 652 salmon sitting here in raw fish. Yes, we banked all of it. We didn't fast drop it for the XP, just because we needed the food itself and I didn't want to spend any money. We ended up getting up to 53 fishing and a big 40 cooking, so a big boost from what we were. And we have, like I said, plenty of stacks of cooked food and a level to let us cook some of this higher level food. So now that we have some resources, we're going to go finish this task. We are going to have to pick up some more runes here in a little bit just to make it a little bit faster, since I believe they are weak to the air spells. But yeah, we're going to go knock this out and finish this task out. Once we do that, we'll see if we need to do some questing, because right now, walking all the way from Varrock, man, it's a freaking task. We ended up getting a random event. We got the zombie trousers and the gloves, so that's I don't think it's part of a log. It might be, but it is something that I would like to have as part of the, just part of the inventory, part of the bank account. So very happy to come up on that. And we are coming up on finally being done with this task. 65 shades, 2,470 XP. One task completed, 4 more needed to start getting the Slayer points. I'm not gonna lie, guys, with the amount of trips, that was exhausting. I definitely see why people say low-level Slayer is not the most enjoyable thing in the world. So let's go walk all the way back one more time. Honestly, I could have walked back from there, but just wanted to get a fresh bank. And yeah, so we're gonna walk back, we're gonna get our second task, and we're gonna see if we're gonna start questing or if we get a pretty decent one with a good location. So let's go. Alright guys, we did end up getting 40 crawling hands from our second task. Just because the running was a bit much and I wanted to mix it up, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into some questing. I know we're not gonna hit the questing goals that we want in order to reach the first fairy tale quest, just because I know it requires Lost City and I want that to be an objective in and of itself. But I want to start progressing and knocking out some of those earlier quests, just so we can get some of the early and easy XP and knock out some of the early levels. Quest Cape was one of my bigger goals overall anyway, so we might as well progress now. So I think we'll jump into some questing, and then we'll jump back over to some Slayer once we, maybe round out the episode that way. We'll see. A quick shout out to Jumper91. Not sure if you'll ever see this, but just in case you do, I just wanted to give you a quick shout out. He cheered us on when we were fighting the mutant during the witch's house. So shout out, brother. Appreciate you. I would just like to take a moment on this brief carpet ride to point out I did not know how dependent I was on the Grand Exchange until I had to get 3 bronze bars for this quest. I went back and forth about 4 times carrying the wrong pickaxe we couldn't use yet and a whole bunch of other situations just trying to get the ore to make the bronze bars instead of just buying them outright. So honestly, this way that we're playing this new account has truly humbled me. Granted, it's my fault, but still. Alright, we're just going to throw the first lamp into thieving here, going up to 23. That's actually a lot. I think we were at 13 before that. I guess we'll just throw the other one on thieving as well, and yeah, that bumped us up to 28. Nice. So there you go. Tourist trap done. Quest completed. Whole bunch of XP coming through. Let's see. 18 prayer. I think we were at something like 13. 11 herbivore. 36 combat. Not bad, not bad. I will say this has probably been one of my least favorite quests so far, but I mean, it's kind of nice that it's interactive, but just glad to have it over with, honestly. 6k smithing XP. I think that bumps us up to 33. Alright. Not sure where we're at. I think we were at 30 because we got it during this quest, so not bad. 3 levels. Run over here and talk to him. Plague City done. 2400 mining. I think now we can go and run and do Biohazard. Oh, and it does bump us up a little bit to 31 mining. Alright, so I don't believe that this is a skippable little dance scene, but once it is done, it should pop up for us. Quest completed, 2K woodcutting. Quest completed, and 29th even. Nice. Biohazard done, 3 quest points down, and a step closer to the underground pass. Alright guys, we finally got all 4 in the pen, thank God. Let's get this over with. I forgot about this part. When we feed them, we kill them. This is honestly justice, and I am so happy for it. Alright, let's see. And quest completed 4 quest points. Honestly, I forgot all along that what you end up doing is actually killing them. So that hassle that it just put me through made it entirely worth it. And then I believe if we walk right over here and we pray at the altar, I'm not too sure. Maybe you have to like lower your prayer. I don't really recall if praying at the altar. I think is I believe it's a diary, maybe. Let's see. Use the altar in Eastern RD Church. Yeah, I guess because maybe it's because my prayer's full. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we'll tackle that later. Wait, we went down a point, and if we come over here and pray, there we go. Easy RD diary task completed. All right, Tower of Life done with some small XP drops. I don't think it gives you 36 construction. Wow, we'll take that. 14 crafting, some good levels. Finally, we have finally done the free-to-play achievement, and we have conquered the dragon. Now let's go turn this bad boy in and knock this out. By the way, doing this on very low defense, you get hit for some very big numbers. So whenever you guys do this, please be more prepared than I was. There we go, some big numbers into our strength and defense. That 11 should come right on up to 33 with 38 strength. Can I buy rune plate body now? Oh yeah, this is where you can get rune plate bodies. I completely forgot. 84k for rune plate body, and you can get green d'hide here. There you go. Some big numbers. My stats are no longer small. Went right up from 11 to 33. 44 combat with a huge jump, guys. So yeah, just be a little prepared whenever you go into this, but you don't have to level up a whole lot. Just bring some really good food, and yeah, you'll jump a huge amount of levels. So there we go. I believe that the only one we don't have left now to do, or the one we haven't done that we have left, is the Ides of Milk. This did come out, while I wasn't playing, so we'll knock that out eventually. But I am just gonna get back to doing the members kind of like recommended guide. So let's keep doing more quests. There we go. Total quest points 79. Ides of Milk completed, and that should be every free-to-play quest that we have available. Is completed. So now with the update, that should be all of them. So we can just continue to work on this, and now my boys are happy because they really wanted me to go kill the cow. So we might do a few just to see if we can get a drop or the achievement where we don't get hit, but I think I really just want to keep grinding out the questing. Let's see, we get a little XP lamp. We're going to actually put it in prayer to avoid the amount of bones we have to collect, and that should bring us up, wow, 20 prayer. So we will take that free XP, but let's see if we can get a few drops from Brutus real quick. Shout out to my man Splurch or Snorch. I know he changed his name. He came in clutch with that strat to not get hit, and we already got the Moonletta, so there we go. Appreciate you, bud. Appreciate the nice little tech there for not getting hit. Nice. We just did the mime random event, and we actually got the lean. So there we go. That's pretty nice. Glad to have that unlocked. 46 magic farming these goblins, trying to find a chef's hat so I don't go buy it to finish this beginner clue that I have, so we can keep racking those up in the clue tab that we have in the bank. I've already finished one. I've gotten another one and an easy one, and still no drop after killing probably 100 or more of these goblins, saying that the drops are super easy and common to get. I'm starting to believe it's not. Finally, we've got the chef's hat. Let's go. Finally, we have what we need. We have what we came for. Several kills later. Alright, let's go let's go knock this out. All right, now that we have the chef hat, let's cheer. Let's get our casket. Wow, and we're done. And then I believe need 2 planks and 4 nails of any kind. All right, let's go grab those. And then we just click on it to build. There we go, our first little stash. Now I think you can take the items and store them in here. Nothing interesting. Search maybe? There we go. Now we don't have to bank every time we have to come here, and we can start building these for each clue. So nice. And we did end up getting this Goblin Champion scroll, and something apparently you can do down in the Champions Guild. There is a little fight you can get with different challengers. Mine ended up being a mage challenge, which when you defeat it, it does give you a little bit of XP and a couple of skills, and I think it's just a fun little mini game that you can get randomly if you choose to go do it. So I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I found this really interesting, so I just wanted to show you. Quest completed. Total of 80 points, and a little bit of thieving pushes us up to 32. There we go. 3k attack XP, 81 quest points, death plateau done. 42 attack. Alright, y'all. We are coming. We're going to wrap this episode up in a first for the account. We have not done this yet, but we are hitting some strains on the account as far as money-wise. I believe we only have a couple of K left in the bank account. We ran out of law runes. We are out of a pretty big cash stack right now, so we need to re-up. And I think one of the best ways that we could do that is we're gonna do our first Grand Exchange sell. We're gonna go up to the Grand Exchange, and we're going to get rid of some of the items that we have in the bank. Primarily one item in particular, just to re-up our cash stack. We will get a ton of it later on, and it's not for skilling, so. Yeah, we're going to end the episode off by doing this, so we will see you at the Grand Exchange. Alright guys, we made it to the Grand Exchange, so we're going to pull out the item we're going to be getting rid of. Primarily, we were going to drop these. These are just some things taking up space, but what we will be getting rid of is actually going to come from our Wintertodt tab. We're going to be getting rid of our burnt pages. This kind of sets on a pretty cash stack penny, and considering we still have quite a ways to go with our fire making, we're going to be doing a ton of Wintertodt. So because of that, I figured since we are so stressed on cash right now, up at the 7100 cash, very little, and we do need to re-up and get some runes and some other stuff just to fund the account further. I feel like this is a great way to end the episode off. We're going to offer up our burnt pages for 715k. I don't really want to adjust the price right away, but I will make an even 5 just to see what it sells for. I have no idea, and they go quite literally immediately. So there we go. 1 mil cash stack. Let's get the exact number for you guys. There you go. 1 mil, 1.08 mil. So I think that will fund the account for quite some time. Yeah. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. I think in the next episode we'll probably just continue with some more questing and Slayer. So yeah, we'll see you then.